J.K. Rowling, From Rock Bottom to a Magic Beyond Imagination. Before the world knew the name J.K. Rowling, before millions were enchanted by the wizarding world of Harry Potter, she was simply Joanne, a single mother, jobless, scribbling stories in cafes while trying not to fall apart. Born in 1965 in Yate, England, Joanne Rowling grew up surrounded by books, but her childhood was far from magical. Her relationship with her father was strained, and her mother spent years battling multiple sclerosis before passing away. In the face of pain, stories became her refuge, her quiet rebellion against a life that never felt quite right. Even as a child, she wrote tales of courage, adventure, and hope, as if she was building her own world to escape into. But life, as she would later say, doesn't follow the script of fairy tales. In her 20s, Rowling moved to Portugal to teach English. She fell in love, got married, and had a daughter. But the marriage ended in heartbreak. She returned to the UK with a baby in her arms, no job, no money, and no idea how to begin again. Diagnosed with clinical depression, she described herself as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. And yet, she kept writing. Armed with a worn-out typewriter and an idea that came to her during a delayed train ride from Manchester to London, she began weaving a story about a boy who had no idea he was special, until he received a letter that changed everything. That boy's name was Harry Potter. She wrote in cafes, her daughter sleeping beside her in a stroller. She rewrote chapters again and again, not knowing if anyone would ever read them. 12 publishers rejected the manuscript. Some didn't even reply. But in 1996, Bloomsbury finally took a chance on her book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Even then, they advised her to get a real job, because children's books, they said, rarely make money. They had no idea what was coming. The book exploded into a global phenomenon. Awards poured in. Fans multiplied. With each new release, excitement surged. Children lined up at midnight, dressed in robes and scarves, to step back into a world that felt like home. 7 books, 8 blockbuster films, a multi-billion-dollar empire. But beyond the numbers, Rowling gave the world something far more precious, the belief that magic can exist, even in the darkest of times. But Rowling's story isn't just about success, it's about honesty. She spoke openly about failure, about depression, and about the weight of fame. She used her platform to support countless charities, launch the Lumos Foundation, and advocate for children's rights. She reminded us that imagination isn't just an escape. It's a weapon, a shield, and sometimes a lifeline. She once said, "Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." And she meant it. This isn't a tale of overnight fame. It's a story of grit, of heartbreak, of a woman who had every reason to give up, but didn't. A story for anyone who's been told no too many times, for anyone who's ever felt invisible, for anyone still waiting for their letter from Hogwarts, not to escape, but to believe again. Today, J.K. Rowling stands as one of the most influential storytellers of our time. But behind the fortune and fame lies a truth far more powerful. Sometimes, the brightest magic is born from the darkest places, if we dare to keep writing our own story. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories to come. Thank you for watching.